We called the 2020 Dell XPS 13 the best Windows laptop, citing its impeccable design, stunning display, and impressive spec sheet. So how do its larger counterparts, the Dell XPS 15 and Dell XPS 17, hold up? At a glance, the 15-inch Dell XPS 15 and 17-inch Dell XPS 17 are scaled-up versions of the excellent 13-inch XPS 13. That includes the amazing build quality as well as the sleek and professional design. These are good-looking laptops, and we do mean laptops. Though they both have a touchscreen option, neither is a 2-in-1 with a tablet mode, with both sporting a sturdy display hinge. Neither is particularly portable, and the XPS 17 is heavy, topping 5.5 pounds, depending on the configuration. In fact, the Dell XPS 17 is best suited as a desktop replacement. Both the XPS 15 and XPS 17 sport the Dell InfinityEdge display. This is both laptops' strongest feature, and it's the best display we've ever seen on a laptop to date. Each XPS display runs nearly edge to edge with only the thinnest of bezels, and both have a 93 to 94% screen to body ratio. Not only does this enable a larger screen with a smaller footprint, but it also looks superb. Dell offers both a 1920 by 1200 and a 3840 by 2400 4K option. 4K is worth the upgrade, and not just for media consumption. More pixels means less eye strain, and the higher resolution lends itself to everything from large spreadsheets to multitasking to graphic design. In fact, the XPS 17 is almost big enough to mimic a multi-monitor setup. Colors pop and both have deep blacks and bright whites. Both also shrug off glare very well, and the touch input in our review units proved responsive and accurate. Keyboards and touchpads are also strengths. Both the Dell XPS 15 and Dell XPS 17 have spacious key designs, with more than 1 mm of travel and comfortable snap. They are backlit, and the giant touchpads are responsive. There's one quirk, however. The combo power key and fingerprint reader sits in the upper right corner, where the delete key should be. Accidental presses are possible. Both the XPS 15 and XPS 17 have full-sized SD card readers and headphone jacks. The XPS 17 has 4 USB-C inputs with DisplayPort and Thunderbolt 3 that also double as charging inputs. The XPS 15 has 3 USB-C inputs with DisplayPort that also double as charging inputs, and 2 of those support Thunderbolt 3. Both have lock slots. This is a decent haul, and in line with other devices in the XPS class. As a bonus, both ship with a USB-C to full-size USB and HDMI 2.0 adapter. Still, we like to see legacy inputs on business devices, including Ethernet. It's a trade-off: sleek design or port selection. The Dell XPS line is highly configurable, with options ranging from Core i5 to i9 processors, 2TB SSDs, and up to 64 gigs of RAM. Our review units were near top of the line, both with 10th gen Core i7 processors and dedicated NVIDIA graphics. As such, they are beasts, able to handle major multitasking, productivity apps, and Windows 10 with ease. Both the XPS 15 and XPS 17 will perform well for a long time. Even at the lower configurations, they are about as future-proof as a Windows 10 laptop can be. Given its smaller build, it makes sense that the XPS 15 runs a little hotter and a little louder than the XPS 17 when pushed, but both stayed relatively cool and quiet under strain. Both were impressive for 4K units in our battery test, streaming media over Wi-Fi with the display brightness maxed out. The XPS 17 lasted just under 9 hours, while the XPS 15 lasted 7.5, or about enough to get you through a workday. The audio output for both sounds impressive. Laptop speakers are generally mediocre. These are good. The webcam is not good. It'll work for Zoom calls, but the image is pixelated. iPads and even smartphones are way ahead of laptops here. There's also nothing to block the tiny pinhole lens, just an indicator light when the camera is on. And that's too bad. All this adds up to 2 impressive devices, on par with the XPS 13 as the best Windows 10 laptops available as of this review. They are also some of the most expensive. The Dell XPS 15 ranges from $1,150 to $2,000 depending on the configuration, while the Dell XPS 17 ranges from $1,400 to $3,000 and above. For most, an iPad or a Chromebook will get them through the workday, but if you can swing the extra cost and have more demanding needs, the Dell XPS 15 and 17 are worth it. If you'd like to know more about the XPS 13 as a portable version of the XPS 15 and XPS 17, Click the link above or in the description below. What other devices are you considering? Please let us know in the comments below and hit that like button.